We could see Scholar. I think that might be good to look. Did he do Scholar? I don't see it. I guess he didn't. Unless I... Yeah. No, it is. Okay, I'm an idiot. I found it.
Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome to my overview on all of the Scholar updates coming to Final Fantasy XIV in Dawntrail. I was recently given the opportunity to try the expansion out early at the North American Media Tour, and that includes checking out all the job changes.
Yeah, Dark Knight should be the only tank thematically that has lifesteal, self-healing, and they're the weakest at it. It doesn't make any sense.
Be sure to take a look at this video and every other video that's going to be in your subscription inbox. Trust me, they won't be hard to find.
So cool.
As a reminder, though, Dawntrail is still in
glowing mushrooms on the trees
development and is still subject to changes. So don't be surprised if anything you see here changes, whether that's potencies, abilities, whatever. It could still change before early access. Now, Scholar as a job, once again, barely changed at all coming into Dawntrail. They even left energy drain in for once. The only notable change to any pre-Dawntrail skill is Change Stratagem, which now lasts for 20 seconds instead of 15 seconds. Hey, that's 5 more seconds.
You're turning into an angel.
It's crits. Let's go. After level 90, a few spells get upgraded potencies or effects. At level 94, you get Tactician's Mastery, a trait that increases the potency of Biolysis and Boil Force slightly. At level 96, you get Succor Mastery, which upgrades Succor to Constitution. It's basically the same spell and function, and it has the same base potency, but it now provides 180% of the healing as a barrier instead of the 160% that Succor had. So, small AoE barrier upgrade. At level 98, Scholar gets Enhanced Recitation, which lowers the cooldown by half a minute, down to only 60 seconds. And of course, they get the Swift Cast trait at level 94, like all the other casters
everybody gets that.
That lowers that ability's cooldown to 40 seconds.
The suck.
Now at level 92, Scholar gets Enhanced Chain Stratagem, which will give them access to their first brand new skill. Upon using Chain, the Scholar will gain a buff called Impact Imminent for 30 seconds. This allows them to use the follow-up ability, Baneful Impaction, inflicting an AoE dot that deals 140 potency per tick for 15 seconds.
I'm gonna put a link to his channel here.
Fine, I guess. I honestly, when I used it, I had to double check to see if I even did use it, because I didn't really think the skill felt that good to use personally. But I guess I can't complain about another damaging off global during buffs, and that's what it is. And at level 100, Scholar learns Seraphism. This transforms the Scholar's appearance and grants them several beneficial effects for 20 seconds. First, while in Seraphism, you will gradually restore the HP of allies within 50 yalms, healing them for 100 potency per tick. Second, it transforms Eloquium into Manifestation and Consultation into Accession, increasing their spell potencies and making them instant cast for the entire duration. Yep, that's right. Instant cast, buff shields for a whole 20 seconds. I hope your MP can handle all of that, though. Finally, it resets Emergency Tactics cooldown immediately and causes its recast to only be 1 second for the duration. So if need be, you can Emergency Tactics any and all heals during Seraphism. Great for making the skill flexible, both for healing and shielding intensive phases, or both at the same time. Again, so long as your mana can actually handle it. The only sort of caveat to this skill is that you can't use Dissipation while you are in Seraphism. While this means no doubling down on extra ether flows during this, it also means that your fairy is still there assisting you throughout all of Seraphism's duration, so Scholar is an absolute healing powerhouse during this skill. Oh, and in my excitement, I almost forgot to mention that it has a 3-minute cooldown. So you'll be a healing powerhouse, just not all that often.
3 minutes?
Basically, Scholar is the exact same job with some flashy new skills. Honestly, this has kind of been Scholar's MO with every single expansion. It's not that it hasn't gotten updates or improvements. Oh, it's gotten them in spades. And a lot of the times, players have laughed at previous upgrades until they've gotten their hands on the job. And then
That's what happened with the previous expansion when we saw expedient buff that Scholar could give out, and everyone laughed and was like, oh, just movement speed, and then it ended up being so freaking strong.
They've realized, wait, this is really good. I mean, look at expedient from last expansion. Everyone laughed at it when we saw it in the trailer, when we were told about it. Then as soon as more information came out, they were like, this is the greatest skill of all time. And then we made all of our friends accidentally run off the side of the raid arena because they didn't know they were getting it about that time. Sorry about that. But Scholar is almost
I don't like that animation though.
always, if not the least
Because it feels really weird that it's on a Scholar.
change job, one of the
Like,
least changed jobs in any expansion. On
like, what does Scholar have to do with angels?
an expansion to an expansion basis.
That's
I suppose
weird.
it's the tried and true example of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just tune it up here and there. Just, again, glad to see they left Energy Drain there for one. But that's going to be a wrap for my overview on all of the updates to Scholar coming in Dawntrail. Thanks again to Square Enix for bringing me out
really
to the
bizarre.
media tour. And again, all this stuff could...
Like, it seems extremely strong cooldown. Insanely powerful cooldown. But I just don't understand the... I wish you could toggle that off. Because it also replaces your whole character appearance. It's just bizarre. Because... to me, like, there's so many things, like, Fae-themed things you could choose from for this animation. Like, you could even go with some stuff, like, from Pixies. That would be really cool, Pixie-inspired. So I find this a crazy, odd choice.
change before early access. So keep an eye
It's kind of a nitpick because it's just aesthetics.
on all that.
You know?
But anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to go check out all the other...
I love the Scholar changes, but the angel-like visuals really bother me. I don't like when skills replace my appearance. I don't play Reaper for that reason. Yeah, I have heard many people express that, and I agree that, like, in the case of Reaper, it's all right because that was advertised with the job announcement. It was never like a surprise. Everybody knew this is an essential part of Reaper. Like, it's gonna change your appearance. You're gonna enshroud, and it makes sense that it takes you over because you're literally possessed. You're possessed by this thing, and so it makes total sense to me that is that's part of Reaper's identity. But for this to happen on Scholar is really, really odd. And then to do it to an already established job where people aren't accustomed to that, strange. In my opinion. Yeah. Yeah, and if anything, it seems more like something for White Mage, but it wouldn't really make sense for White Mage either because you're getting your power from the elementals. So maybe this is another thing like Solar Bahamut that we'll understand after doing the story. Who knows? Maybe it'll all make sense after, but for now it's bizarre.